Hey everybody, it's me in live action. I figured I would do this because I've been having some trouble lately, but I'm gonna just do a video like I used to do for Infinity War because I really do want to talk about it. Um, I know there's a lot of movies I need to catch up on, but Infinity War, I saw it on Thursday and I loved it. It was amazing. I've been seeing all of the MCU films in theaters since Winter Soldier, I believe. Before then, the only ones I saw in theaters were The Incredible Hulk and The Avengers and Iron Man 2. Which, yeah, that's a really weird selection. But I did see all of the previous films before going to see the first Avengers. And when I started with reviewing Winter Soldier on this channel, I decided I would see every film in theaters. And keeping up with the MCU has been very rewarding. I wasn't too much of a comic book fan as a kid, but I did watch a lot of cartoons involving comic book characters, mainly like Spider-Man and Batman. But to see Marvel put out these movies of characters that not a lot of people knew about before, and then having like the entire world cheer for them, it's amazing. And what I mean by heroes that a lot of people didn't really know about is because, for Marvel, the Avengers, like with Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, and then some of the other ones that are like really out there, like Doctor Strange and Ant-Man, only comic book geeks really knew them that well. And now the general public, everybody knows them. And I think that's a really awesome thing, especially with Black Panther recently. That became a hugely successful film, and now everybody knows who Black Panther is. And with keeping up with the MCU, I've been very hyped for Infinity War because it's been leading up to this for a long time. Ever since everybody saw the teaser for Thanos in the Avengers, where I didn't know who Thanos was at that point, but then I looked up on it, and then started like watching cartoons and stuff because I watched Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which is probably the best Avengers cartoon. If you're into watching some animated Avengers stuff, definitely watch that. But for this Avengers movie, Infinity War, it's definitely about Thanos, and Thanos is like the main character. He's on the hunt for all six Infinity Stones, and nothing is going to get in his way. The movie is about 2.5 hours long, but it doesn't really feel like that. It kind of flies by. It wastes no time into getting what the audience wants. And being a movie with so many characters, it's going to be kind of hard to juggle, but they do it really well. Since the story kind of splits off into about 3 separate areas, and each one of those areas with a certain team has a certain goal that matters to the story. Unlike in The Last Jedi. I'm sorry, I just wanted to jab at Star Wars. The MCU is kind of like my Star Wars. And with Marvel, of course, there's a lot of levity because this gets pretty dark, but there's a lot of levity in there to balance it out. There's a lot of surprising and emotional moments, and I don't want to give away any of them if you haven't seen the movie yet. And for somebody who hasn't caught up yet, I would say probably one of the most crucial films to watch before this one is Thor Ragnarok. Because there are some major things that happen in that film that would leave you a bit confused about the beginning of this one. But if you've seen every film, then you're fine. I see a lot of people asking whether or not they should watch the TV shows or not, but really, they are just optional. You don't have to watch them at all. Because I saw somebody a while back that watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is essential to enjoying the films, but no, I don't think that is at all. If you stick with the theatrical films, then you're fine. I know I'm being a bit vague with what happens, but really just go in and have yourself surprised. Because if you are a Marvel fan, you're going to love it. If you're a casual fan that's only seen like a few of the movies, then yeah, you might like it, but I would highly suggest catching up. It would be really weird to go see this movie without having seen any of the other ones. That's something so fascinating about the MCU is that some of them just can't work on their own. A lot of these solo hero films can, but these big team-up films like Avengers and like Civil War, they can't really work without the others. I see the MCU as this really big, high-budget TV show. And this film is part 1 of the Season 3 finale. Since we're like Phase 3 and Avengers Infinity War is the first part of the 2-part Avengers thing that's happening. But if it's a season finale, that means there's going to be 2 episodes in between, which is Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel, so that analogy doesn't really work. But from what I know about those films, they don't take place in between the 2 Avengers ones. So those are my thoughts on Avengers Infinity War. I really liked it. I want to go see it again, probably with Saber this next week because I'm going to be visiting. And if you want to see me review something else that has war in the title, I reviewed God of War over on my gaming channel. So go check that out and subscribe if you haven't. And for those of you who have reached the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I've been having a bit of trouble lately with making content, so it means a lot to me that you're still watching. Hopefully I'll have a lot more stuff out soon. This visit with Saber is sort of going to help me out with that a bit. So, again, thank you so much for your support. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to take